Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking today's Dreaded D Rose report. Don't know whether this is a April Fool's joke or not. I heard that AJ Styles may be in the battle, or Andre the Giant's battle royal. We'll see. And I got a strange feeling. I think somehow Hogan's going to win it. He may be in it. He may not do much. Maybe he'll stand there and watch the guys or kind of throw people over the ropes, every once in a while. No leg drops, but it's going to come down to him and another good guy, or maybe, it could be a bad guy, that respects Hogan, goes over and shakes his hand, and he takes himself over the top rope to the floor and lets Hogan win the first ever Andre the Giant Battle Royal. My opinion. And kind of way, that's the way it should work. Even though it'd be kind of cheesy, Anyway, there's a feeling that within WWE, Shane McMahon's going to be backstage at WrestleMania 30, and I probably would say he's going to be on camera because they're bringing in a lot of people from the past 30 years of WrestleMania for little cameo shots, and, maybe they'll say hi, maybe they won't. All right, The Rock told Cinema Blend that almost 50 people were, I got a couple of days worth of stuff on here, I'll try and make it quick. Anyway, there's about 50 people that got fired from working his Hercules movie because they tried to take photos of The Rock in costume for the leading role. Anyway, The Rock and movie producers were very serious about keeping the full look of Hercules under wrap. The Rock said, I would say close to 50 people were fired, crew members, all trying to sneak pictures. He says there was a mandate, and we all agreed on that. Friday night's SmackDown ranked #1 last night in, Friday night in the Nielsen ratings on Twitter TV. SmackDown is a unique audience of about 1 million people, which represent the number of Twitter accounts that comments on the show. And that was up over 100% from the previous week. SmackDown had a total of impressions of 2.258 million, which represents the number of times the show was tweeted about. This was up over 50% from the previous week. I don't know if they look at how many times it gets tweeted or how many different people it gets tweeted. And The Rock lost the Butt Kicker Award to Robert Downey Jr. at last night's, the other night's Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. And the Bella Twins and John Cena were actually presenters there. Of course, why Robert Downey? Iron Man. He was Iron Man. Rock can't beat Iron Man. WWE shop websites released a number of new WrestleMania 30 t-shirts and official poster. And as noted, there will air on the 2014 Hall of Fame ceremonies in its entirety on the network next Saturday. A 1-hour special will be shown on the USA Network following Raw, which is going to be like 11:05 or however far they go over Eastern Standard Time the night after WrestleMania. The 3 featured names that's going to be on the USA one is going to be Ultimate Warrior, Lita, and Jake the Snake. I'll tell you more about the network Hall of Fame here in a few. Anyway, WWE held tryouts at the Performance Center in Orlando earlier this month. The tryouts were led by Bill DeMott, Norman Smiley, Tensai, or Matt Bloom, whoever you want to call him. And he's big enough for both names. Billy Gunn, Dean Malenko, William Regal. Anyway, bodybuilder Matt Dawson, who measures in at about 6'2", or close to 6'3", and 280 pounds, wrote the following on jsstrong.com website. Incredible experience, but the most difficult thing I've ever done as far as athletics go. It must not be easy on you. Roddy Piper noted on Twitter that he has a new Piper's Pit soda coming out in April. Piper also continues the campaign for WrestleMania 30 role and reference to Vince McMahon not believing that he belongs at WrestleMania 30. He says, being honest, he says, no ego. If WWE has the Warrior and Hogan, I'll give you a Piper's Pit you'll remember for the rest of your life. I'm the best in history. Of course, he says no ego. WWE expected to announce some of the final 4 spots at the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal tonight, last night on Raw. What is this? It's Tuesday. Last night on Raw. Anyway, Rob Van Dam's rumored to be one of the final 4 entrances. I don't know whether I haven't watched Raw all the way through, so I don't know. Brad Maddox, I think, put himself in it. But, oh, and in case you missed it earlier, WWE announced on their network press conference that Ryback and Curtis Axel lost Matadors, Cesaro and Swagger Usos for the tag team titles will take place on the WrestleMania 30 pre-show. That's going to be airing exclusive on the network. Kickstarter program on the net promoted by Ted DiBiase Jr. is to fund his Price of Fame documentary on his father recently, and currently has about 86 bankers and has raised about $5,400. Their goal is $30,000 though, and they got 24 days left, a little bit less than that now. On Thursday, a judge in Tampa, Florida dismissed the lawsuit against WWE and several other defendants by wrestler Brian Jack over the injuries he suffered in the developmental ring back in 2009. It was dismissed for Jack's failure to serve any of the defendants in a timely manner. Didn't say it didn't happen, they just didn't do it right. Or his attorney didn't do it right. But anyway, Jack named a bunch of WWE and Steve Kearns, FCW, NXT, in addition to that, John and Jane Doe from named to September 3rd, and a bunch of different, Santino Marella, Billy Kidman, John Laurinaitis, David Otunga, a lot of different people. I guess he must have wrestled back then. Jack filed a motion to extend the time needed to serve the defendants on March 25th, but was refused by the court. This received an extension to serve the defendants back in January after the initial filing in the lawsuit in September 2013, which was the third time the suit in some form had been filed. Judge got tired of it. Should file it right the first time. F4W Online reports that if Stephanie McMahon appears in front of the crowd at WrestleMania 30, she will likely be given some sort of storylines. It would be the first time she'd been in front of a WrestleMania crowd in 12 years since Chris Jericho took on Triple H at WrestleMania 18. She appeared backstage segments at a few WrestleManias since then, but not live. She's got to control everything back there. All right, John Cena, Hulk Hogan's appearance on Good Morning America, I think it was today or yesterday. Cena said, never say never in regards to the teaming of the two together. And they also called a WWE fan who was outside the crowd live on the air, and Cena had the fan enter the scaled down ring, and it was set up in Times Square and told they were about ready to have a matchup. Cena then revealed it was just an April Fool's joke. So the kid had to go get his laundry done right after that. Those familiar with Chris Jericho's podcast know of the Big Time Wrestling Fed jokes. Anyway, Chris Jericho posted an April Fool's joke today. He says, excited about the new launch of Big Time Wrestling Fed. June 7th, Peoria, Illinois, the 8th in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, 9th in French Lick, Indiana. Tickets, information to follow, and he's got hashtag BTWF. All right, Jake Roberts is latest guest of the WrestleMania 30 year podcast, 30-year WrestleMania podcast with Renee Young. And WWE's website's got an article up asking fans who will lead WrestleMania 30, the new World Heavyweight Champion. It's going to be Triple H, Daniel Bryan, Orton, or Batista with over 12,000 votes. Bryan is leading with 56 votes. Triple H is next with 19, Batista is 16, Orton with 10. I kind of think Bryan's going to win because we don't want to see Triple H wrestle twice. They all want to see Daniel Bryan, so he's going to have to beat Triple H to go to the next match. So, anyway, for those wondering, the 2014 Hall of Fame ceremonies will be indeed archived on the WWE Network, so you can see it later. The live feed will also be airing replays, and immediately following WWE 30, WrestleMania 30 on the network this coming Sunday night, new episode of WWE Countdown will air at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Topic is the most infamous gimmicks, and there's no post-WrestleMania show. Thought that was odd. Probably the cameraman has to rest up after carrying that camera around for I don't know how long. Alright, rumors of CM Punk, AJ Lee getting married are true. No word yet on when they're going to be getting married, but AJ is reportedly moving to Chicago. She could have got kicked out where she's living at now. And according to the WWE Network schedule, by the way, this year's Hall of Fame is going to be running 2.5 hours from 9 p.m. till 11:30. The 1-hour red carpet special that airs at 8 o'clock will be hosted by Michael Cole and Renee Young, featuring interviews with the stars as they enter the building. And I wouldn't want to interview them coming out of the building. They might be pissed off and tired. Alright, Raw General Manager Brad Maddox adding himself to Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Just 3 spots remain. The main roster stars who are not in the match include Alexander Rusev, Bad News Barrett, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Camacho, Kurt Hawkins, David Otunga, Evan Bourne, Ezekiel Jackson, JTG, Tyson Kidd, William Regal, Hornswoggle, Xavier Woods, and El Torito. So we still got some room in there. They may fill another spot on SmackDown. Brie Bella is teasing a physical altercation between Stephanie McMahon on her Twitter. She wrote the following last night: I find Triple H and Stephanie completely annoying. I would love to slap the crap out of both of them. Who else? B, says Raw. Every time there's that one WWE personality who booked for Access autograph signing while in the Hall of Fame is going on. This year, it's normally Howard Finkel, but this year it's Howard Finkel who's he's booked for Access signings from 8 until 10 p.m. on Saturday. So that's the big personality, I guess. Oh, yeah, he's booked for there. Well, I read into that. I don't know what the big deal is, but he's been there for 30 years on WrestleManias. Happy birthday to Triple Crown champion Randy Orton, 33 years old today, and former TNA wrestler Jesse Sorensen, 24. And this would have been the birthday of 2-time World Heavyweight Champion Stanislaus Zbyszko. Would have been 134 years old on this day. Chris Kanyon passed away in 2010. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.